All right, so I just got back from Ganal Lumber. Ganal Lumber, I don't know how widespread they are around the country or California or whatever. I don't know. I just know in our area, there's a few of them, and they're more like serious building supply places. With where I think a lot of like professional people with big jobs, they get all of their wood there, and I think you can get like uh, different kinds of wood, exotic wood. If you have a large order, you could probably get a pretty good deal and all kinds of things like that. So it's pretty good. The reason that I went over to Ganal versus the 5 or 6 Home Depots that we have in the area is lately I've been going into Home Depot and I can't find some basic stuff. I went in there to get some screws the other day and I think some paint or paint thinner or something like that, and they just didn't seem to have it. You had to work your way through all of the Halloween costumes and Halloween decorations and the toolboxes and the Christmas presents and the Christmas trees and the barbecues and all that crap that's out of the front. And you have to work your way through that just to get to the back, to get your real hardware stuff. And then they start not having it. And it's like, well, maybe I should just switch over to going to Ganal instead. So I did. And I took a trip to Ganal and I just, shopped and got some stocked up on some supplies, some 4 packs of sandpaper, some screws, 3 boxes of screws, and a can of putty. So, doesn't seem like that much. $74 for that. A few things of sandpaper, some screws, and some putty, $74.97 with tax. I was like, I guess it makes sense. It's like 10 or 12 bucks for each one of these boxes, and I don't know, $6 or $7 for each one of these. And by the time you add that all up, I guess it's $74, but that just seems like a lot. So I don't know whether Home Depot would be less than that or more than that, but at least they have like a nice selection of things, even if it is really expensive. So I don't know, maybe put your opinion in the comments, whether I'm all wet, whether I am just doing it wrong or whatever. But kind of souring on Home Depot, but my other choice, Ganal, is pretty pricey. So let me know what you think. Okay, then we have a few more pieces here. So this is the stand. This fits in here, and then this is our solar panel and battery storage. It's going to clip right on here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to thread all of this through this little hole right there, and then we're going to glue it all to the inside. So if I just kind of strung this out here, find the end. All right, so then you loosen the screw and you can tilt it to any orientation that you want. It will probably be something like this. And just thread the whole thing through. Guess I can pull it from the other side, huh? Probably be easier. There, that looks nice. Okay, so now I'm just going to gather up all of this and try to put it up in here somewhere. I think I'll kind of just do like this kind of thing. Okay, so I need something quick and thick. I think this might just be what the doctor ordered. So if I put this here, put like a little dab. Nope, doesn't stick. Okay, well, so much for that. Because I want to be able to go doot, 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 all the way down, and this is not going to be able to do that. I can't hold it in place for 45 minutes until this each little dot dries. I gotta figure out something else. Okay, how about this? Okay. All right, so we're getting down to the home stretch here. We've got the piece all finished. So I put a coat of clear stain on there, and then I sprayed it with some polyurethane spar exterior. And I have the solar panel all hooked up and the lights all hooked up. So the only thing left before we're ready to put this thing out in the garden is to install the windows. So I got a couple of different things here. I got this one, which I think is going to be nice. And then I drew an outline here where I think it's going to go. And if I peel it off, this white border comes off as well. So it's just it's just the decal. And then you peel it off and you stick it. So it's going to be 8.5 by 14.5, which is what this square is. I'm going to cut a piece of Lexan that size, and then I'm going to cut out a window here, and I'm going to reinforce it from the back with some piece of wood and maybe some staples, and then make a border that goes around it that kind of hangs over the opening so the window can go in from the underside. It'll hang over a little bit. And it'll cover this a little bit, but not too much, just enough. So it'll go in from the inside, and then we'll just tack it with something, some screws or nails or something, just to hold it in place. So that's this side, the same for the other side, except for we use a different decal. So let's get started. Okay. And that piece will go right there. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. So so we'll have the same size windows on both sides. So let's cut our Lexan, the two pieces at 8.5 by 14.5. And we're cruising right along here. Okay, so we don't think we'll need this. We can put this over here. We are going to need this. Okay, I have this nice piece of Lexan. Okay, so I set the fence to 8.5. I can have my 14.5 length going this way. So if I cut it at 8.5 this way, do a couple of pieces, and then I can come back and cut them at 14.5. I think we'll be good to go.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
fits that pretty good. And fits that pretty good. Okay, let's do a little deburring and let's round over these edges a bit. And so I just want to take a sandpaper, but I want to do the edge only. I don't want to scratch the surface of this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wash this off, taking off all of the burrs and round over the edges a bit, just to get all the dust and fingerprints and everything off it, and to get it wet, and kind of give it a bit of soap and a wash. So I have the surface wet, and then the other decal came with this neat squeegee thing. It's like a hard squeegee, but it's wrapped with this thing. So let's see how that works. So that can get thrown away. Hey, that seemed to work pretty good. I may need to trim these corners a little bit with the scissors, but I think that's just about what I want. And I have a stained glass window. That's neat. So let me work on cutting the opening for this panel to sit in. Look at this. Let go. I think my saw wants me to cut more. I don't have any more to cut. Let go. And I'm doing right. Okay. Now what? I think that looks really good. That's going to look great. Okay, let's continue on. What's the next step? I think I need to reinforce those boards a bit. So let's do that now. Cool, look what I found in the shed. Okay, so I have these two pieces. The thing I want to do here is right underneath here. So I have this piece of plywood kind of backing this up. And then this piece can go right here. The buttons, they get shorter. Rudy gets smaller. Okay, then we'll just do the same thing with this one here. Okay, so surrounding the window opening, I use this molding. I didn't have enough. This is all that I have left, and I'm still kind of short. So what I did is I made this. It's the same thickness, and now all I have to do is put a round over on it on the nice side, and I have that set up here in my router, and we can do that right now. Oh, that looks pretty good. All right. I think that'll work. So now let's just cut the 45s and glue it and rat it on there. So the molding is 3/4 of an inch, and I want a 1/4 inch sticking over. So that means a 1/2 of an inch will be overhanging onto this piece of wood here. I'm just going to do this kind of all the way around. Okay, so we have the saw set up on 45, and we just have to take off this little end here. All right, let's see how this fits now. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I'm putting the last piece in place. Okay, let's just fill some of these nail holes. All right, on the home stretch here, I just need to sand the little putty and then maybe put some polyurethane, some stain and poly on there. Maybe stain and poly in one would be good. This one I have to wait for it to dry a little bit more. And then pop in the window panels, and then we'll be done. Nothing left to do is give the this molding a coat of polyurethane. Hey, that's going to look real nice. All right. Okay, so now let's put the window in. Hopefully this goes in easily. Okay. Now let me figure out a little way to keep these in there. Kind of like that. That looks pretty good. Yeah, just something really simple. Here, let me show you what I'm doing. And there we go. It's in place. It's a little heavy. I think that looks really nice. Looks a lot like the picture. And I will show you another photo of it when it gets dark and the lights are on, because that's when the real effect is going to kick in. So I think that's going to be great. Well, I think that just about does it here on Scott's Garage. I really had a good time making this and hope you had a fun time watching it as well. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.